My name is Parminder. I'm the former CEO of the Tony Elumelu Foundation. Why I'm here at the International CEOs Summit is firstly to support the founder, Mohammed Sharif, his vision to really connect African business leaders and CEOs with investors and business leaders from Europe, and particularly from Brussels. How to help the digital ecosystem in Africa? Well, actually, it's the Africans who can teach the rest of the world, particularly the so-called developed markets, of how it can be much more nimble in terms of the utilization of the digital age and digital technology. Africa is already leapfrogging technology, whether it's mobile technology, whether it's the internet. I mean, and how it's utilizing technology and leveraging the power of technology to support enormous business sectors, from health, from education, from agriculture. The entire agricultural value chain is being digitized, from manufacturing to media and communications. So right across the sector, technology is being leveraged by African entrepreneurs, African private sector, and to a greater extent the African governments. Yeah, so technology is becoming the key driver across the African continent. That's because the African continent is not limited by the legacy. I think the business models for investment in Africa must come also from the inside of Africa, yeah, because we have 54 African economies. There's not one business model that fits all, yeah, but what could be universal across the 54 African countries, from my experience of having lived in Africa for 5 years and responsible for the development of the Tony Elumelu Foundation Entrepreneurship Program, what I have seen is that unleashing the private sector across the African continent is going to be a business model that's going to really lead to economic transformation. Unleashing the private sector, taking away cumbersome, unnecessary regulations that prevent its growth, investing in African startups, young African startups, and early stage enterprises through capacity building, through mentoring, through providing them with seed capital investments. It's amazing what $5,000 in the hands of a right entrepreneur with the right mindset can do. Yeah. So I think the business models Africa can certainly learn and leverage from successful business models from across Asia, from Latin America, from obviously the developed markets. But ultimately, Africans also must develop their own business models based on their everyday realities. Growth opportunities are everywhere, yeah, particularly in the growth sectors. For young Africa, for an entrepreneurial Africa. The growth opportunities are in the agriculture sector. It's amazing how young Africans have embraced agriculture as the new business opportunity, is literally the new gold or the new oil across the African continent. My message to the African diaspora, right, is to be aware and alert of Africa and the African continent. Yes, you may be in US, UK, Europe, wherever, but Africa is your country of origin. And I believe that if Africa succeeds, we all succeed, and that includes the diaspora. I think the diaspora should also be looking to Africa for opportunities, the opportunities to bring their intellectual capital, which is what the Indian diaspora did for India, the opportunity to bring their financial capital, again, which is what the Indian diaspora did for the development of India. Yeah? So there are opportunities not just through remittances, but through structured ways of investing in the economic development and the social development of Africa. And diaspora, the African diaspora, has a huge role to play. You must remain connected. You must remain educated about the changing nature of Africa, because it is dynamic.